Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising in Venus. Welcome. I'm David. This is Warriors of Light Astro Tarot, and doing a timeless read this week instead of the usual love read. This is reading and asking Spirit for advice. This is around that one that you just can't get out of your head. The one you can never stop thinking about, like the one, maybe the one that got away energy. I'm asking Spirit to give us some advice in the way of healing and understanding. I think many of us have this. I have it. He's called Omni, I'll tell you. And it was nothing like that, and there never will be anything like that. But for me, I know it's over. And, I've resolved myself to it. It didn't come without work and time for me. But I'll always think of her, and I always wish her well. And I know that I'll never have what I had with her. So that would be that one for me. And so it's that kind of energy. And a lot of times this is the energy too. It's like a scar, like someone comes back from war and they got a big old scar. And I mean, you could get on the internet and get special cream for that scar and rub it on that scar for the rest of your life, but it's never going to go away. So it just becomes a part of you. So part of what I'd ask in terms of these readings is for integration, understanding and integration with this energy, so that we can move on with their life. Because I have a wonderful love who's just as special in a different way. And, it's not, I would, I'll never trade her for, even if that one came back, no. And I got to tell you, like 4 years ago, if someone had told me that this was possible, what's happening now, I would have said no, it's not. There's no way. It's over. My love life's over. I can't go on. There's no way. No one will ever. But that didn't turn out to be the case. So keep that in mind as we go along, guys. On the bottom of the deck, you have Libra, and they're coming in here with the Page of Wands. I'm going to go a little specific. Think about archetypes. Think about Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We have Libra energy. They might have been a Sun Libra. And it wouldn't be unusual for them to have Sagittarius Mars or Libra or Leo Mars. And really Leo Mars comes a little more to mind with this person. Could be a Sag Mars. And what you're coming in with is this Seven of Pentacles energy. So, and if you, I hate to do this with these decks, but let's try to take a look. Can you see, can you see that woman's face, like the expression on her face? Okay. So I feel like that's definitely you. And you're just feeling, look at her, she's kind of pensive and looking away. The Seven of Pentacles usually has to do with being reciprocated. But I think like in this case, what this is, she's thinking like, what did I do wrong? Like, what could I have done different? Practically, like really, that to make them not leave me. Because I think they left you. That's definitely the feeling I get. Look, this is your energy around them. You're an Eight of Swords. Look at Eight of Swords. You know what Eight of Swords is if you know anything about tarot. And you got to always remember, like, that's energy that we put ourselves in. It's all mental. Swords are mental. But so, with the Seven of Pentacles, it's usually in a regular love reading, I would say you're someone has reciprocation issues, which I think you do here, obviously. But sevens are oftentimes patterns. So it's like where you find yourself in a relationship over and over where you just simply give more than they do. And you're so, and normally you might be wondering why. Why do they give more? Why do I give so much more and not get it back, But I think with this energy, and do leave me a comment, if this resonates, I appreciate it. Maybe this is more of that energy of like, what could I have done different? And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a damn thing. It could have been done different. Because this kind of wasn't about you. So with the Eight of Swords, you're kind of stuck, kind of going around and around in your mind with, what could I have done different? What did I do wrong? Like you're blaming yourself for it. But this person's a player. This is your reading, and I don't say this a lot, but this is straight up a player. And so with this Three of Cups, the thing about it is they made you happy. It was emotionally, felt good, just felt really good. And with the Ten of Cups, they promised you the world, and they may have specifically promised you marriage. If not promised it, really implied it, like, strongly, and kind of emotionally. And I see this Three of Cups and the Ten of Cups as manipulative, and this very well could have been a narcissist. So if you're, and I kind of hate to go to the narcissist thing, because I just think it's a pop thing, and it's like a lot of times people are just assholes, not necessarily narcissists, but I think this might have been a thing with the full-blown narcissist energy, because this is exactly how they're going to do. And with them coming in with the Page of Wands, also it indicates an immaturity. So, and also could be they're very sexy and very appealing and, vivacious and energetic and fire sign, Leo, or Sag. Really get Leo more. And Leo, Mars, particularly, it can be, because I think this is about Mars energy for some reason. It's predatory. I'm not saying all Leo Mars are predatory. I'm an astrologer. You can't never say that. It's always on the spectrum. But I just think in this case, and it would be reflected in their chart, I mean, I'd see it, where it's a predatory nature to it, and a lot of times, Leo can lend itself. I'm not saying all Leo's narcissists at all, but I think in this case, what was going on is, for whatever reason, usually because of childhood stuff, this person needed to get you buy into this whole thing where I'm going to marry you and get you all excited, and the romance. This is all romance here, Three of Cups. And I think he got you, or she got you. And now where you're left is in this Eight of Swords. Now, the advice from Spirit, and this is really important, is the Queen of Swords. So I say in this reading, advice is important. I don't always trust myself or others, but I always trust Spirit, and this is the advice from Spirit. This is the advice as a whole, and this is the advice. We kind of already went into that. I read this a little differently than a straight up love reading, and like this and this is more I read it together, because this is your readings. It kind of really isn't about them. So in here, we're going to read the Queen of Swords with this 10 of Cups. So what the advice is that, and it's about this Eight of Swords that's coming under that, is you need to get really clear and really strong about like who and what you are. Right now, I got to say quickly, with this Mercury retrograde, it's all about finding out what we value, and then acting on it with it. In a few days, it's going to go, because this could all be Mercury retrograde stuff. Does bring up thoughts of old loves and old everything. Depends on where it is in your chart, really. But if it's on the first and seventh axis, it's definitely going to do that for you. But so this is about being very clear, being very strong, and understanding that there's nothing you could have done to make this better. They all along they came in with the intention, or sometimes with these narcissists, if they're not covert narcissists, just regular old variety, they don't really have any intention. They're not even mature enough to have an intention. That could be the case. Page of Wands would indicate that, So that's kind of what that's saying. Now, this is the advice as a whole. It's strength. There's Leo. So I think that's pretty straightforward with this. This is strength. A lot of times when I see strength, it indicates to me that something's going to happen where you need strength. Could be just listening to this reading, facing this energy. It's never an accident. If you're still watching, still listening. But it shows that while you're going to need strength, when I see the strength card, particularly here in the advice position, rest assured, Taurus, that you will have the strength to deal with this. In 10 of Pentacles, this is really positive. It means you will have the strength to deal with this, and you will be made whole. When I see the 10 of Pentacles here in this reading, it means to me you will be made whole, okay? There's a financial implication, always a 10 of Pentacles, and there's a financial implication too. You will be made whole. There could have been, with these people, often they get into your credit cards and everything and ruin your fucking life, So there could be an indication that in some way even you could receive, you do have justice here, too. Maybe that's not really about them being Libra. Maybe it means you're going to get justice, and there will be some indication that in some way, even materially from this, you will be made whole. And if you look at this 7 of Pentacles, where you come in, what did I say that was? That's you going, what could I have done differently? Spirit is saying, ain't nothing you could have done differently. You didn't do anything wrong other than you got taken by a shyster, a love shyster, and it happens. So get strong, realize it, move on, be strong, and be whole. And it kind of shows me as an outcome, you will be whole. Thank you, guys. Like, subscribe, share.